What if the biggest roadblock between you and building wealth is not how much you earn, but how you think about your money? Every month it was the same. I'd get paid, breathe a sigh of relief, and then 2 weeks later, wonder where all my money went. Rent, groceries, bills. There was always something more urgent than saving. I never thought I'd be able to build wealth. I thought that was something people with big salaries did, something far beyond my reach. But then something changed. It was a typical afternoon when it happened. I was sitting at a cafe with my friend Alex having coffee. Alex was one of those people who always seemed to have his financial life together. He had a steady job, a decent savings account, and even some investments, while I was living paycheck to paycheck trying to make ends meet. As we sat there, casually talking about our week, Alex started bringing up something I'd never considered: financial planning, saving, and investing. He explained how he had started with small steps and built his financial stability over time. I was intrigued but also skeptical. "You've got to start somewhere," he said with a casual smile. "Even small steps add up. Think of it like planting a tree. The first few years nothing seems to happen. But after a while it grows." That hit me. It was so simple. So simple that I couldn't believe I hadn't thought of it before. Start small. But that night something changed inside me. I went home and for the first time I opened a savings account on my phone. It felt weird and unfamiliar, but I set up an automatic deposit of $25 a week. It wasn't much, but it was something. It felt like I was doing something for my future instead of just paying bills. At first it felt awkward. It was strange to let go of that $25 every week, especially when there were other things I wanted to spend it on. I still had all the same bills, still had to cut back on a few things, but every week that $25 came out of my checking account and into savings. It wasn't a lot, but it was progress. For the first time, I wasn't just watching money go out of my account. I was making it work for me. As the weeks passed, I didn't check my savings every day. But when I finally did, I was surprised. There was $500 sitting in my savings account. $500. That was a game changer for me. It wasn't from a windfall or a big decision. It was simply from consistent, small deposits of $25 every week. I never thought I could get this far. Yet there I was. I was excited, but I knew I couldn't stop there. I wanted to do more, grow that money. So I met up with Alex again. This time he told me about investing. "You don't need to pick stocks or get fancy," he said. "Just invest in something like an ETF. Low risk, good long-term growth." I was skeptical at first. I didn't have much experience with investing. The stock market seemed like something for the wealthy or those who could afford to take risks. But Alex assured me that everyone can start small and build up slowly. So I listened. We opened a small brokerage account together. I made my first $50 investment. It didn't feel like much, but it was a start. For the first time, I was taking my money and using it to grow. It felt like a step toward control. Months passed, and I kept up with my $25 automatic deposit into savings. My investment grew little by little, but it was still early. Every time I checked my savings account or investment portfolio, it was a reminder that I was learning. The real lesson wasn't about the size of the money. It was about building the habit, the routine of doing something positive with it. The discipline of saving. The patience of letting investments grow over time. And then one day something incredible happened. I checked my investment account and there it was, $1,200. I couldn't believe it. I had gone from $500 to $1,200. No crazy moves. No risk. Just consistency. It was at that moment that I understood the true power of small actions. It wasn't about quick wins. It wasn't about getting rich overnight. It was about doing the right things every day, and over time it compounds. That's how wealth is built. Looking back, it wasn't just the money that changed. It was how I saw the world of finance. Building wealth isn't about having a big salary or winning the lottery. It's about understanding that wealth is built on small, consistent actions. Saving a little. Investing a little. Giving your money a purpose. Wealth isn't built overnight, but small steps over time. That's how you get there. It's been a year since I first started. Today I don't just have more money, I have control. I understand my money now. I have the power to decide where it goes. And that's the real goal. Not to get rich quick. Not to chase big wins or windfalls. But to build something that lasts, something that grows over time, just like that tree Alex talked about. So if you're just starting out, remember this. You don't need to wait for a windfall to start building wealth. Start small. Be consistent. And give every dollar a job. Because those small steps, those small actions over time, They add up to something much bigger than you ever expected. The key to building wealth is consistency, not luck. Start small, stay disciplined, and let time do the heavy lifting.